Hello guys, this is PaintballExplorer, just going through the stock board on the Etek 3, how to program it, a couple things about tournament luck, why it's used, and some of the basic modes you're going to want to change and how to go in the setup mode. So what you're going to want is you're going to want your Etek 3, you don't really need to have the barrel on there, I just like the way the barrel looks with the custom anodizing. You want your Etek 3 operator's manual, this is going to make it a lot easier to go through. You want a 5/64 Allen key, this does come in your Allen key set. It should be one of the smallest ones, and it's the one used to take off the screws with the grips. First thing you want to do is you want to remove these 3 grip screws, set them aside, make sure put them on the head of the screw so they're not rolling around. Now I've already done this to save some time, so now all you do is you peel back. Over here you will notice that there's a little chart there to help you out when you're programming the board. So it'll tell you all the different modes, what they mean, and the range that you could select from. So you don't actually need to take off the grip every time you go on the programming board. This is only for when you first get the gun and when you have entered tournaments or somebody has entered tournaments. First thing you want to do is just turn the gun on. You don't need to be in setup mode for this, but you just need to have the gun on. And you're going to notice right over here there's a little button. Okay, I'm not sure if I could focus in on that, but right here there's these 2 wires, and right here there's the button. So that's where the button is. So that is the tournament lock button. So if you press it, and you're gonna do it with your nail, you're gonna see the lights flash there. I don't know if you saw that, but they flash green. That means tournament lock is enabled. Press it one more time, flash red. That means tournament lock is disabled. So now I can turn off the gun. And with tournament lock disabled, that means I am free to change the options and settings on this gun. So I'm just going to put the grip screws back in. And then we'll be ready to start programming the Etek 3. Bear with me for a second. Put these back in. Now what's nice that Plenty Clips did with this gun is these 2 upper screws over here actually have actually extend out of the body a little bit. That way if you crank the screws down too far, you're not going to be hitting the solenoid and possibly puncturing it or denting it. I know it used to be a problem on some of the older Eteks and Egos, so it's nice they did that, because even if you crank down the screws, then you're not going to be able to tear apart your solenoid, which costs $100 to $150 to replace. Okay, so now you're going to want to flip up your board, and you're going to want to go to page 30. Let's start at page 28. Okay. So page 28 will show you the first 5 modes that you can go through. Okay. So with tournament lock mode off, to enter setup mode, all you do is you hold on the trigger before turning on the gun. Turn on the gun. Now you're still holding on the trigger, and you let go of the trigger. And you're going to see you're going to start at the firing mode parameter. There's just one light in the middle, should be lighting up only G. And to change a mode, all you do is you hold down the trigger, and then you're going to go to E. Now for the fire mode parameter, this may seem a little confusing, but E doesn't actually do anything. Usually E, G, and O represent tens, ones, and decimal points. So if you're to set a cap for balls per second, you do 125 for 12.5 BPS. Okay, so the E is not used for this. You just skip this, hit the power button. Now it goes to G. So you choose 1, 2, or 3 if you want to change the mode. So 1 is uncapped semi, so it's just 1 trigger shot per pull, and you can shoot as fast as you can, and it's not restricted by your board. 2 is capped semi, so you shoot 1 trigger pull every time, and it's capped by whatever your cap is on your board right now. And then 3 is capped ramp. So if I go 1, 2, 3, now I'm going to be on ramping, capped at whatever my cap is. It's going to hit power button, and then the O once again doesn't do anything. Power button again, it's going to flash a couple times, then it's back to this parameter. Okay, so now if I want to go to the next parameter, I just tap the power button, and then now I'm at maximum rate of fire with brake beam ice system on. So this means this is going to cap how fast the gun can shoot when you're using the ice system. So if you want to change that, you hold on the trigger, And let's say I'm just going to play a regular PSP tournament. I'm going to want to cap it at 12.5. So I do 1 for 10s, hit the power button, 2 for singles for 12, and then go to the O and hit it 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap it again. It's going to flash to make sure it received the information. And now the gun is capped at 12.5 BPS when the eyes are on. Now if I tap this button, it's going to go to eyes off. So if the eyes are off, how fast is the gun allowed to cycle? Now, same thing to go into programming mode. Just set up, hold it down the trigger. Now, eyes on usually help keep it from chopping. So let's say the eyes aren't working. I'm probably going to want the gun to slow down a little bit, just so that way I'm not going to have any risk of chopping paint if there's bouncing around in the breech at all, or if there's a problem in the stack. So I'm going to restrict this one at 10 balls per second, okay? So all you do is you do 1, enter. Now this one you're going to set to 0. So all you do is you skip it over, hit enter again, and 0 again. Enter again. And that's going to be restricted at 10 balls per second. And then you can just turn your gun off, but instead that's just going to bring you to the regular firing mode. Eyes are on, as you can see. Eyes are on detecting a ball just by pushing the bolt forward, and then hold it down for a second, and eyes are off. And then you can shoot hearing the solenoid, and the noise you're hearing is ramping, capped at 10 balls per second, since that's how we programmed it. So then you just turn off your board, and then if you're going to play a tournament, all you gotta do is just open up the grips, get it verified by your referee that all the settings are correct, turn the tournament lock back on, put the grips back on, and then you'll be ready to rip up your tournament. Alright, this has been PaintballExplorer. Hope you enjoyed the video, and any requests, send me a private message or comment in the video.